Okay, folks, finally, the 737-200 by Fly J Sim. One of my favorites. In today's episode, we're going to be flying Metrojet. Blast from the past, 1997 to 2001. A vain attempt by US Air to compete in a cutthroat industry, especially back in those days. Based out of Baltimore, Washington International, we're going to take a short hop on down to Charlotte Douglas. Payload and fuel is already loaded. So let's get the show on the road and see what this thing is about. I like the red. Alright, we checked all the documents, circuit breakers, safety equipment. Can't find the gear extension. Alternate gear extension. I think it might be under the carpet. I'm not sure in this old bird. Somewhere in here they have oxygen mask stashed away. I don't know. It's been a long, long time. Alright, one thing I'm going to watch out for when you first load it. Lots of switches are left on. I don't know if that's on purpose, just to see if you're awake. But as you can see, somebody just walked off and left a lot of switches on. So I call this the switch check. Alright, that all looks in order. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the battery. Plenty of juice there. Go to the options page. We don't need to listen to that right now. How hot is it outside? Getting hot. Got some airflow going. I don't know if that worked. Okay, so battery looks good. Ground power 400, 120. Position, Casper, air conditioning. Three green, gear down. Throttle's closed, cut off. Transponder standby. Fire check. And alarm. Squib. Oh, and it works one way. Oh well. And config. Warnings.
Glide slope. Pull up.
Lights check.
Wind shear. Wind shear. Terrain. Up. Airspeed low.
That doesn't model that. In order for the yaw damper to work, I need hydraulic power.
Pull up. Don't sink. Too low. Terrain. Glide slope. Bank angle. Bank angle.
Oh, it's already on.
100.
That was supposed to be off.
50. 30.
All right.
20. 10. 500.
That works. That works. That works. And that works. UNS. Same as the Dash 8. That's warming up. Overhead. Leading edge. ADF. close guard, no lights, dome light off, oxygen switch closed, oxygen supply is good, overspeed. Well, first let's check the flight data recorder. Oh, come on. There we go. And a salt. Alrighty. Top down, left to right. Guard closed, guard closed, guard closed. Normal. On. Slaved, magnetic, normal, normal, normal. Good. Good. On. Standby. Guard closed, guard closed, guard closed. Let's go ahead and check this. All good up there. Test. Good. On. Normal. All good. On. Normal, normal. Armed. We have fuel. Hello. Oops. Gotta be real careful. Flipping switches. Test. Works. Voice recorder. 00. Today's altitude will be 28,000 feet. Overheat check for the duct. Takes about 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Reset. Leave the engine bleeds off. 28,000. And fuel elevation 748. And 28,000 feet, cabin pressure will be 49. Now I'll check this. All good there. All right. Heading select. Put this right about there. I'm going to be flying GPS today. Let's get the altimeter.
Altimeter 2984. Advise on initial contact. You have information.
I've got these two slaved.
BWI Marshall information Zulu.
And we'll get a clearance 5 or 4 1 3 something 30 altitude only. Radar, make sure that's off. Have terrain. All right, let's get a flight plan going. Accept. Been a while since I used this thing. Flight plan. Where am I going? Enter. Accept. There's a way I can shrink this down. It won't work like that. Alright, departure. I didn't even get that. Guess I should find out what runway we're using today.
Arriving runway 10. Departing runway 10.
10. Let's see what's going on here. Let's go to airport. Airport info. Yeah, it's a long way to taxi. Foxtrot all the way out there. All right, we can do that. And what's the departure? Trip is 8. J-Wall. All right. Go to menu. Departure. Number 1. Number 6. Glance. Number 3. Flight plan. Progress. What's after that? To Aero. Direct to AIRWO. Verify that. Enter. Oh, I don't understand that. Let's try this again. OW. I got it wrong. There we go. And after that, our landing. Shoot, I gotta take a look at the airport. Forecast, let's try this. Go to airports. See what the weather's doing. ATIS. One 9 left, 1-8 left. All right, where's my gate? How far over is 1-9 left? Oh, it's close in the center. I'm going to take it. All right. Back to menu. Arrive. Number 4. Number 3. I want that one. Number 1. Number 1 again. Number 1 again. Flight plan. Vectors, no link, get rid of it. Vectors to jet code. Jet code. I believe that'll work. Get rid of that one too. Alrighty. Fuel. It's kind of important. So what I load on this thing here? 14.8. Now let's go to the V card, select 5. 8649, 0 fuel weight. This is usually always right. 8649, enter that. 95,449, let's see what this shows. 95,449. Not bad. All right, then I go to nav, and that should work. Direct to, already got that. All right. 26, 27, 33. Set the bugs. Let's go out and take a look at it. All the other features here. Okay, so you've got your V card. You've got your options. I'm currently with the Sperry 77 AP Authentic. I really like it. It's a little bit challenging, but it's okay. Dual throttles, auto dim. I'm also using the, well, it's pretty self-explanatory. You can see the wire. Also using on the cruise section, well, here's doors. You can open up all your doors, like so, and then close them. What else here? We can, we got checklists. Which I'm terrible at using. Maintenance is this interesting thing here. Look at the reports. And I don't know what to do is when I need maintenance work. So I guess it'll prompt me, hopefully. I leave it on. And then you have, this tells you what version you're in. I don't look at that. Okay, so I sync the altimeter settings. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't have the HSI. Right now I'm going to leave it synced. Enable crew flows. This is kind of interesting. You're going to get a little bit of help with the landing gear and the light switches and turning on the APU and the generators and such. And I'm not sure what that is. So there's that. I don't know what any of this does. I have no idea what that does. It's a UNS-1. I just leave it as is. Don't mess with it. Textures are really good. As for the liveries, you can get that from FlyJSim's website. They have a whole page of free liveries. North America, South America, European, Asian. They got Canadian North, Air Canada. This already comes with quite a few liveries. I got the new blue, Canyon Blue for the Southwest United. I like the red. There's an interesting story about this operation, Metrojet. Didn't end well. Bad times. But they look good. But maintenance-wise was a disaster. Alright, what else have I not done that I should have done? I don't know. Transponder set. You can also check your tunes. I like that. ID your stations. Very important to me. It auto trims, so you just press this. It's already set. And we'll be taking off a flaps 5. You don't need to be looking at that. About ready to start up the APU. Let's make sure all the doors are closed. You can also close the door from in here. You can get your load sheet, close the door. See if this still works. I guess not. There we go. Rid of the gate, rid of the chocks. On a rotating beacon. Power up the APU. You got to hold it down for about 3 seconds. 2, 1, 0, and it should light. There she goes. She's lighting. An APU generator. Sometimes I forget to put the galley power on. And you can also do, didn't do the cargo fire check. Hello? Nobody home. Alright. We have power. Cut this, shut this thing off. This should be open. And options, shut this down. Now what I can do, turn this volume back up. I can play around with that a little bit. Interior I can turn down. Gets kind of loud in here. Alright, APUs are running. We might as well turn them all on. We're getting ready to push out of here. Wake up back there. Pushback plan. Do I have one? Alright, where am I going? Let's just go straight back. Right about there, not too far.
Alright, Captain, got the directions. Let me know through the menu when you're ready. Great news, Captain, your tow's coming.
Alright. Hurry up and wait. This is more or less like flying CWF's control wheel steering once you turn on these I call these butterfly switches.
Alright. Doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
Want to make sure both of them are on. You only got one autopilot. You don't have AB. Everything right of this line controls the autopilot. All this is info. This is just flight director only. You want anything to happen with the autopilot, you got to be on this side. Like heading select, which actually in GPS mode, which I need to be in, will take you to your course. And you have to set your course as you progress through the flight. Won't do it automatically. Won't capture altitude automatically. It doesn't do indicated airspeed. Pitch controls airspeed, power
Welcome
constant.
aboard, Captain. Tow's connected, bypass pins inserted. Go ahead and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go.
Today's maximum is not to go over 2.15. I'll probably fall short of that on takeoff. More or less a D rate. Plenty of runway. Alright, we ready? Let's make sure we got that on. That's on.
Here comes the pushback. Light them up.
In a minute. It's getting hot in here. Let's check the air conditioning. Make sure we got it. Left pack. Cool things off a little bit. It's been a hot summer. I think the sounds are really good. I need a map. Foxtrot's on my left. Also, another little thing. It's a little thing. I believe this is rather important. Ground interconnect should be closed. I don't know if that affects the pushback or not. But I've seen this pushback do some wild things with this thing. Doesn't appear to be what I wanted. It's not. Now I gotta stop this idiot. Stop, fool! Brake him. Well, I had the right idea, but a little too far back. Not stopping. May have to escape this one. Oh boy. Can't get rid of them. Well, I don't want to run him over. This is a first. What to do? What to do? Let's see here. Could try it going forward. Let's see if that works. Let's try something here. Can't do a push. Start pushback, stop pushback. Can't do a plan.
Can't start planner, pushback already in progress. Please stop the pushback operation first.
Okay, we'll try that. Oh, I may have to restart this whole thing. Well, worst case scenario, I'll just have to release the brake, see where we wind up. Let's try that. In the grass.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
What a jerk. Alright. Lesson learned.
And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
I'm not sure why. Maybe leaving the hydraulics A and B off, electric? Nah, that shouldn't do it. Why not with a bypass pin? Ground interconnect is supposed to be closed, so they say. Guess I've never had a problem with it before. But I've seen other people struggle with it, where it just spins you around in circles. Let's get rid of them. Alright, we're going to go ahead and start. That pack's supposed to be off. That one's off. Got to be more than 30 psi. And rotating beacon is on. So we'll start number 2. Spooling up to 20. Watch the oil pressure. 15 to 20 should be good to go. Fire
and we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the right. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
Yeah, whatever. See ya. Good start. It's quick. It starts fast. Maybe a little too fast. Alright. Number 1. Spooling up. N2. Hits 20. Oil pressure on the rise. EGT looks good on the earth. Light it up. Whew. Cut out. Good start. I like my wing light on. Better visibility. Alright, let's check generator. Right generator. Left generator. APU air off. Back to auto. If I can get it to work. Come on! Alright. Leads on. Pack's on. Ground, usually that does that automatic. Flaps 5, 1, 2, 3. Probes on, diagonal check. Come on down, come on down. Shut the APU off. She shuts off immediately. There's no cooldown time. When am I supposed to wait? Alright, flaps are down. Full left. Full right. Forward. Aft. Left full rudder. Right full rudder. Taxi light. Clear right, clear left. Now let's see if we can get out of the dirt. Recall. Out of the dirt. I believe that's Foxtrot right over there. Cleared across. Cleared across. Foxtrot to 10. Now hear the switches. That's the first officer doing all that. I don't know what he just did. Oh, he put that on. I'm not ready for that yet. Put the strobe on. Not ready for that yet either. It's okay. Maybe he'll do it again when I get down here. Okay, what I want is 335 runway heading initially, which is 105. And the course 111. Okay. So we'll hand fly this for a little bit. As I cross, it'll prompt me to turn. This little guy right here on the ADF Artificial Horizon. Okay, so this isn't right. I'm make a left here. How am I going to do that? Maybe I got to cross the dirt. So X-plane, let's see what's going on. Out we go. What happened here? Apparently I wasn't supposed to make a right. Okay, here's what we'll do. Turn around. In other words, this goes all the way to here. Obviously a NOTAM I didn't get. Okay, fine. We'll slide over here to the right. Make a U-turn. Something you will do a lot of if you're flying up in Canada. She will turn on a dime. Yeah, these lines are all messed up. I'll have to go to Google and take a look at what they've done, BWI. I know they're doing some work down in Tampa. They haven't changed any taxiways yet. There's a lot of construction going on over in air freight. And see if this is true to life. You know, the giveaway was there's no taxi lights on this strip. It's going to be a tough turn here. In Canada, up there in the Great White North, this aircraft is very handy. And they have to do a lot of backtracking on gravel runways. This does come with the gravel kit, same as X-Plane 11 version. Won't be using that today. I probably could have crossed that, but looked kind of rough. Hold short line, nothing going on, we're clear to line. Interesting, nothing to do with the flight model, pushback, and taxiways, not as advertised. Clear right, clear left. Oh, he's flipping switches again. This time hopefully got it right. The only thing it doesn't do is turn on the transponder. All the way. Radar come on too if we want. We'll wait till we're airborne. The sky looks pretty clear right now. Let's get better lined up. Alright, make sure the strobe's on, all that's on. I don't use the turn off lights. Power up to about 50 or 60. Let it stabilize. You have to kind of be slow with these engines because they will burn up. And slowly advance the throttles up to just below maximum EPR. See that EGT jump?
knots.
About as high as I want to go.
B1, rotate.
Ease it back. There's the dead spot. Pull right through it. Up to about 20. Gear up. And then about 15. Speed through 160, got about 10. Flaps to 1, speed check. Ignore that. Alright, clean it up. Gotta make a right turn. Now I'm gonna back the power off a little bit. About 94. Put my little map over here. .307. Just slowly build up speed. It's kind of tight in here. Trim it down a little bit. Get down below 10. Not too much. Let it have it. Go to heading select. Pitch controls airspeed. Pressurization and fuel check. Right about 250 knots. All right, 10,000 feet. And we'll accelerate. Pitch forward. Ever so gently. down about 1,000 feet a minute initially. Right about there. Get about 280, 290 knots. And what I say our cruising altitude was 28,000. $28.7. 290 on the airspeed. 13 plus. On course. On time. Using Bing. I tried Google, did not like it. So Bing is still the primary. Map enhancement. Just recently updated it. 4.3 something, 4.30. I know not. Kind of wish the co-pilot did that. I'm gonna boost this up to about, that's right where I want it, 94. Right about there. Transition. And we're on our way to Charlotte. Radar's on. 288. 19.6. 19.7. A little light on payload, about 13,000 today. I flew it earlier, it was pretty cloudy out. Came up from Jacksonville. Had to use engine anti-ice. There was ice forecasted. Believe it or not, even though it is summertime, that temperature gets down around the plus or minus 10. You gotta watch out. Now back when I was flying this in xp12, I was, I had the Canadian North livery, partial freighter passenger combo with the gravel kit. Flying up to, I don't know where it was, north of Yellowknife, up near Hudson Bay diamond mines on gravel runways. Using mostly VOR only, true north. Definitely old school. So remember, both paddles up, leave that in man, select down on this guy here, heading, select. Leave that off. This is how, when you get to your altitude, level it out, then select that, and you can select this for the flight director. Everything right, from here to the right, actually controls the autopilot. There's not a whole lot to it. No indicated airspeed. It's pitch, CWS pitch. Don't touch the trim or you'll cancel the autopilot. The only reason why I touch that trim is so I don't have to reach over and flip this. I'll bump the trim down and up a little bit because I'm lazy. Best you're going to do is about 6.7, 6.5 at 26 plus. Can't push it any harder. Oil pressure's right at the bottom of the red. You're approaching 500. You want to try to stay a little below that. Do not want to get in the yellow. Stay out of the red for sure. So 94, 95 is about as hard as you can push this thing on N1. Of course, it allows you up to 2.15, but there's a 2-minute time limit on that. Maybe less. You never know. And you don't want to find out. Slowly building speed. I just leave a constant pinch, constant power setting. So it'll speed up ground. Your airspeed will drop, but your Mach speed will come up. Usually start out about 0.72 and end up about 0.76. As you burn off fuel, you get lighter. On control sensitivity in X-Plane, what you should do is what they recommend is all the sliders to the far left. Seems to handle better that way when you hands fly it. Very finite control, very responsive. Nice plane. Real nice plane. I like it. $1,000 to go. And I start pitching forward slowly. Little clicks. When I get within 300 feet. Let it build up a little speed. Almost there. Right about there. As it builds up speed. 5. There it is. 28,000. And at Mach 7.2, I'll bring the power back to about 90. Close enough. 0.74. Ground speed 424. I'm lighter on this one, so I'll probably back it off even more. About 135, we start heading downhill. Let's back it off a little more. About 88. On the braking, I just go max. Seems a little weak. I'm not even going to try to do these altitude restrictions. I didn't even see that on there. Oh, here it is. The heels. Chesley. Alright. 210 at 6,000. A little bit of a light chop. know why it does that. Kind of neat. Metrojet. Almost there. Yes, I know. It's not the fastest bird in the world, but it'll get you there. Now this took a little getting used to, this MCDU UNS 1. I never flew the, I believe it was the Dash 8. I didn't know FlyJSim made that, but I heard that that was the first time it was used in X-Plane. The other FMC, it's a little complicated, was the one on the Embraer 145. That took a little while to figure that out too. This isn't too bad. It is the real life version of what's used in the current 737-200, at least the ones that are flying today. Would have been nice if they could have given us an A-car, something comparable to the A330 300, where you could make requests for weather and ATIS dummy clearances. A-car, I would have liked that. But nice also to have another one of these radios here, ADF. They hardly ever use that. We're down to 18, so I'm gonna start heading downhill. And power back a little bit, down to about 80 initially. I'll bottom out at 6. One, 2, 3. Eventually I'm just going to go to full flight idle. About 2,000 feet a minute, 2,500, thereabouts. We're heading in. No DME on the Charlotte VOR. I didn't know that. Huh. Interesting. Alright, go to the V card. Yeah, go to landing. Flaps 30. Set the bugs. I think this adjusts as you burn off fuel. You see that kind of that number switch. At least I hope so. Screw the altitude and speed restrictions. I'm just not feeling it today. Alright, what's going on?
18 center. Wind light and variable. Visibility more than 10 miles. No significant cloud. Temperature 28. Dew point 22. Altimeter 2994. Advise on initial contact to have information alpha.
Alpha! I'm gonna see if I could take a shortcut. Cheating. Save a little bit of time. Cut the corner. Speed check. Really? I guess not. Speed check. Oh, wrong one. Oops. My bad. Put down manual. About 180, flaps 5. 6,000, holding, hopefully. Seems to be holding. These look identical. Easy to screw that up. This will do an RNP if I wanted to. All right, let's try this. Lock, approach, capture. Just below glide slope. Clear to land. On a localizer. Approaching glide slope. Slowing to 160. On glide slope. Speed check, flaps 15. Slowing to 150. What's the go around altitude on this thing? 3,000. We'll just slide in at 160. It's too slippery to go 150, even at 15. I'll wait for the gear, get down a little bit lower. We're almost there. Long final. There's the runway, I can see it. Just for shits and giggles, let's set this to 2. I'm gonna ride this autopilot all the way down. Speed 140, 140. Let's not go below that. You're down. 3 green. Flaps 30. Okay. Oh, what was that? It's at my ground speed, 139. There's that headwind. I lost it again. Check. Continue. Check. White, white, red, red.
400. 300. Minimum.
Uh-huh.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Not bad, not bad. Ease the nose down, reverse thrust. Tap the brakes. She really wants to roll. Well, we just have to look at that. Control R. Cheap seat. Reverse. Okay, let's get an outside look. Wrong way. Oh, that was a butter. Come on. All right, let's see what gets done for me and what don't. All right, what do you do? APU's coming on. Good job. Flaps up. Auto brakes off. Radar. Off. Off. Well, I think the auto approach works pretty good. At least get down to 200 feet. Even shut the probes off. And we're here. Oh no, kidding me, no gate. Bastard. Well, I got a remedy for that. All right, let's give this a few minutes. Okay, I'm back. What a miss. Ready to shut her down completely. Oh, the hair's short, that's why. Bet if I pull it up and get that gate to work. Oh, let's look at the other one. While we're at it, still have electric hydraulic power, so this might work without. Let's see. All right, what am I supposed to do here? There we go. Hey everybody, another way out. Yeah, I forgot to see if I could open the doors from the outside. Oops. Let's try that. No, I guess not. Well, I think it's a lot of fun. Metrojet, blast from the past, an unpleasant memory for some. 1997 to 2001. What a shame. Primarily northeastern carrier to, I guess, provide a gateway to Florida. Orlando, Tampa, Fort Lauderdale, West Palm Beach, Miami, Jacksonville. Flew up to Providence, Rhode Island, Boston, Cleveland, the whole list of cities, Atlanta. Charlotte, I don't know if Charlotte was on the list or not, but probably should have been. LaGuardia. I think there's one of them that flew out to Tucson, Arizona. A lot of cities in New York State, Albany, Buffalo. Kind of an orangish color. Reminds me of Northwest. I just picked it because I like the color. Anyway, I can't think of anything else to show you. The FlyJSim 737-200 for xp12 I think is well worth it. A lot of fun. I haven't tried the assisted autopilot yet. I guess I'll get around to that. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, learned a lot, know what you're getting. And until then, I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye. See ya.